all been muted the entire time. Melina, thank you so much. And I hate that every time I'm streaming and I'm like, hey, Melina, check it out. I'm making amateur bitch ass mistakes like that. I'm so sorry, everyone. They're in an ancient ruin, but then all of a sudden black flame surrounds them, and now they're in the past, but there's black flame licking out of everything, and there's ghosts. So sorry I fucked that up again. Um, we had a crash when I tried to activate multi-stream, so I got a little hazarded pushing through. Glad to have you here. Glad to have everyone here, and thank you, Larry and Melina, for pointing it out, and thank you, Creature, for catching that. Okay, all audio coming through, and do let me know if there's any further audio issues, friends. We're beginning initiative order, but as we had done before, if the group is like, yeah, I want to stick with my buddy, you can use your free move off of your coming turn on sticking with the group. And then you can do one action or move one extra on your own turn. So you find yourselves in this brilliant teal tiled shrine where the apparition of this deity of magic has just appeared and told you to undo the tragedy. You must leap into the blue flame and rebuke um, the wraith. What is up? What are you doing from there? It is Gaztog's go, so Gaztog, you want to take further action or get your move on?
Um, I don't necessarily. I don't know that I want to move too far away from the flame just yet, but or the light source. Um, but if I move closer to that flame that we were talking about, the black flame, um, what happens? What do I feel as I
Yeah,
get closer?
yeah. So there's tendrils of it here and here. I'm realizing the art style should probably do more designate like the walls a lot of the time. But as you get closer, the black flame almost seems to hungrily swirl. And do you like put anything in the flame or touch it or?
I have a couple of those like iron spikes, and I just want to like toss one at it and see if like it bounces off of the flame or maybe it
A tremendous eruption of entropic force emerges, burns it up, and then as it's cracking apart, like literally shattering to like metal shreds, it first seems to be rebuffed, but then as it's destroyed, it's sucked into the black flame, and none left besides of what you have thrown.
interesting.
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 That does not sound good for our health. Should we touch said flame?
No, it looks like
Yeah.
44 damage got dealt.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And it's like is it like in a sconce you said or is it just like a like is
So,
it just there?
so the black flame surrounds you. It's the
Oh, okay.
sky.
It's okay,
It's
gotcha.
it's like these tendrils out here beyond. Some of them like poke out of the ruins. This shit, you're in like a bubble, right, of air, and the black
Gotcha.
flame is cutting up out of the ground and in from the edges, trying to get at you.
Hmm. Don't suppose any of you gentlemen are holy men, eh?
Ironically, Moon is here, I think, but not here right now.
Yeah. I respect the
Well,
gods, but I have no special power.
uh, well, what say we do here? I, for one, don't want to step into it.
Well, I'll report that there seems to be an open space to the south of us where, where I saw the stalls and such. Um,
Yeah, and I guess like
let's
as you
look
report
over
that, like
there.
I would just kind of turn around and be like, "Oh, I didn't even notice and or hear anything about that." Hmm. Um, and I would probably kind of start to walk or look toward that direction, but obviously staying within the light source. I don't have a light source of my own.
For sure. If Vormor is down to follow, then that can like mutually trigger.
Sure, yeah.
I'm assuming the group wants to come with, but let me know if I'm over
Yes,
authoring
yes. I
them.
want to follow. I want to follow
All
them.
right, and you want to like move to the zone to the south, more or less.
Yeah, I just want to kind of like wander our way through here and see like what kind of openings there are
All
and
right, so here's what you see. There's like a market building, so like to your northwest rather. There is a structure that appears to be like a dockworks sort of structure of some sort. Um, and you can see there's a window and a door there, and it's like maybe that's where people go to work on ships and such. You recall there was a somewhat collapsed harbor that way. There's a big gate with like above it. There's like the fort's still functional walls have two Roman soldier-looking ghosts stood up there, who like watch over this large door into the fort. And here, in this ghastly, ghostly sort of market, people chitter and chatter, and there's this ethereal like fade in and out on this market street. And there appear to be 6 ghosts and these flickering images of uncapturable crowds, and their stalls are just bristling with goods, um, like fine treasures of foreign lands, all passing through this place. And there's a tight agora to the southwest, this sort of like market building, and you see there's an entrance to like shop fronts further this way. Black Flame occludes what should be a street to your west.
Curious.
Curious and curious. So Gaztalk, you moved. You take an action when you arrived. Do you try to like take a closer look at the treasures or the other stuff?
I would be more interested in the gate that's over here.
Sure.
Trying to see yeah, like maybe how like sturdy everything is and if it like looks like it had been opened recently or closed recently, things like that. Um, See if it, it's just like an ancient type gate or if it looks like maybe there's been recent activity there.
It's a large like wooden, more or less a grand double door that is presumably barred on the far side. They have murder holes and such to shoot and stab down from above, and 2 people are up top. You do think that you could probably beat it down, but it wouldn't necessarily be easy. It's probably going to take at least as many hit points as killing a person. Um, I mean, like a regular fighter. No one extraordinary. Uh,
Right.
that's sort of the situation with that. And it looks like it has been recently opened and shut, and you can see the well-worn ruts where it's clearly opened and shut. Those well-worn ruts also pass through the black flame. And as you notice, there are things about the world that almost seem trapped in time, like
Hmm.
beads hanging on the edge of walls that they clearly would have fallen down. The blades of grass at the edge of the market street appear almost frozen how the wind was acting upon them in a certain moment. Sometimes a particularly ghostly blue patch will sway, but overall it looks like there's just sort of a special situation where all stone.
Um, if that isn't immediately apparent, I would have, kind of relayed all that to the party and see if I could point that out to them and see if they pick up on it. And then I think that would be it for me.
Yeah, Trogborg, it's your go, my friend.
Oh man, this is so like so. Do we have any money, guys?
I mean,
I have no money.
I think I do, yeah.
All right, let's go buy something.
And you want to pull up to some of these merchants?
Yeah, let's go check to see if we can buy something.
Yeah,
Might
It's
so
as well.
the end
you
of the world and
see
we're going shopping.
you see there's vegetables and fish and stuff like that for sale, but nestled in amongst it there's like a glean of treasure. And um you have a look about and discover that there's one treasure at this merchant stall right here, hidden amongst the fish. It appeared to be a wavy silver dagger with a crescent moon pommel. The merchant tries to hawk his normal wares to you, but he looks a little nervous.
Uh, I'm gonna ask about that dagger. I want it.
Like, whoa, 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 I'm sure I don't know what you mean, friend. And he looks around up and down the street as if though worried that someone might hear. Not his fellow merchants, but someone else.
Hmm. Uh, I'll just then point at the dagger and just say, "How much for this fish?"
Like, and he says, kind of like calculates how much he thinks he can get out of you given the situation. He says, 10 gold.
He has no gold whatsoever, so he just looks at, I think, Borver and just be like, "You have 10 gold on you?"
Um, can I have do I have a rough idea of how much this dagger might be worth?
It's worth like 50 gold, so you would be able to flip that for quite a profit if you get out of here with it.
Okay. Um, sure. So I'm amenable. But I would ask where they got it from.
Says, the fish come from the sea, my friend, he says, looking up and down the street even more emphatically and worried.
Of course, of course. Well, here's your 10 gold.
Ding. Very happily, hands it to you, waves you on. You do see as you stand here that 3B is, of course, a business in Strip. It appears to be a spice stall. You see turmeric, parsley, chervil, oregano, basil, and thyme lining the walls, and sackfuls of spice beside all round. There's a merchant. There's like a building with merchant stalls in it, right? And like there's one to the north, one to the south, one to the middle, and there's sort of Black Flame. Well, actually, sorry, no. This is the northeasternmost, and then there's a southern one, and you get the sense that there might be another one further south. But yeah, so you guys, you conduct a little business on Trogborg's turn. It would be Yarla's turn. She's not here. It would be Munda's turn. She's not here. It would be Vormor's turn. Vormor, you could still like move and do an action. If, move or do an action because you came with, if you want to on this turn.
After that little exchange, I would take another look around at our surroundings. Does it seem like we're like the black flame is encroaching on us? Is it moving toward or away?
Give me a wisdom to study your surroundings and the nature of the black flame.
Happily. Hey.
Or more intuits that it's a more or less static scenario. Not only that, but you see in the distance a blue light sometimes flickering between black flames coming from the northwest. You recall that there was a strangely intact, ruined lighthouse structure to the northwest. Like it was only halfway collapsed, unlike the rest of stuff. Remarkably good shape. And
Ah,
you do remember Ord saying something about a blue flame.
indeed. Well, I would move in that direction. So that's like moving straight up north, right?
It's actually moving mostly to your west and slightly north.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
West northwest. So
I would
you want to just step up towards this
basically,
building?
yeah, just slowly make my way, try to make out a path in that
Slowly
direction.
making you. All right. Do you see into this structure? It's definitely a shipworks. There's a spread of fine steel tools across the shelves. There's ghastly fishing ships hung from ethereal hooks. There are large wooden doors that are barred from within. and 3 sets of iron spikes next to 90 feet of rope and a sail fit for a sailboat hung on the wall pegs. Back door is locked. There is a window you might try to climb through.
Um, I'll wait for my comrades, but I'll explain basically
Yep.
what I observed.
All right. Gaz dog. Gaz turn. Actually, wait a minute. One moment. So, you're looking around, having a fine time. There is a scream from the south. A horrible, consuming scream. A ghost runs down the market street, uh, wearing robes and a laurel crown. That black flame is clinging to them and burning them. And they just run past you, and then they crumple to the ground and burn up in horrible fashion, turning to ash and nothingness. The other ghosts around them don't seem to recognize that it has happened, or if so, they do not react in any way.
Well, damn.
And is there, so like you say, immediately burned up like, much in the same way that like the iron spike that I threw, like there's literally nothing there anymore, or?
Yeah, like they almost are drawn into the ground and into the fire that consumes them, and then they wink out.
Uh, can I do any sort of investigation to maybe think if like the person that ran by is somebody that I would have known or recognized, like it's something toying with us, and like you see what I'm saying?
No, he looks like he's like a Pyronic figure wearing a toga and a laurel crown. They don't strike you as familiar at all, and their dress and customs unfamiliar in the extreme.
Hmm. Um, Around about the time that was happening, I would have been over here trying to investigate those ruddy tracks you were talking about. They're like the marks. I want to know if it was like a wagon, obviously, or
No,
or
it
something
looks
like
like
that.
it just looks like the mark from the heavy doors being swung open.
Okay. Um, can I look down further south, toward the market and see if there's like anything that I can see that would have caused that person to have ran away or where?
Mostly you see shadow, unless you want to light up your own torch. You can barely see this ghost right next.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have a torch or anything. I wish I had. Let's see. If I had some money, I would try to buy one, but I don't even have any money.
Last
Um,
time you saw like that there was, darkness to the south, but you didn't see the end of it.
mm,
Um, now I do have a second light source. Um, However, I had a question about that. So the uh the Stone of Flame, which I'm currently using,
Yes.
has a little over 20 minutes remaining on it. First, would Vormor notice anything to that effect? Would Vormor tell that there is a timer on
Yeah, you
this?
get the sense that it's running low.
Okay. Um, then I probably wouldn't want to give away the other torch unless we've got a plan that he's sold on. But it is there.
Right. Yeah, so you make a study and you see there's like evidence of comings and goings and door pulls, but not much in the way of like vehicle.
okay. Is there any way that I can attempt to possibly uh trade and or sell something that I own to maybe get a light source?
Um,
Or no?
you could, what do you go to the market to haggle with?
I would like to haggle with um the either the crowbar that I have or my iron spikes, about 5 of my iron spikes or so.
The crowbar is of interest, and the merchant, half occluded in darkness at the very edge of the flame sphere, hands you a he considers it, pulls out a torch in exchange for the.
Okay. I hand that over to them.
I go.
Um, then once that trade is finished and concluded, I would light said torch and I would begin to just kind of walk down through this way and see what I can see.
Why is it not drop a torch? Oh, because I'm not playing it. Can you grab a torch from the compendium yourself and activate it?
I can try. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forget that the Eye of Odin can't actually do that.
You need the Hand of Odin for that.
Oh, actually, I found it. Hold on.
I've got a torch on my person now. I just don't know if I. Yeah, there we go.
All right, I grabbed it. All right, cool. So
Nice.
you wander down that way. So move yourself to about like the bottom or however far you want to go.
Yeah, about here would be fine.
You see a cave, like black flame caves in, no further southern progress possible. You might be able to head east, hugging the wall of the fort, or you see a narrow way between the black flame into a southern entrance to one of these shops. There's shop entrance that you're aware of. Frogborg. Um, you are down here, and
Yep. hmm
yeah, what do you do?
I'm going to look up because I got told by the ghost to look for a blue flame. So I am just looking around. It's all black, nothing blue so far, right?
Well, I would have mentioned that I saw blue light off to the northwest.
All right, I'll walk with you. We need to go check it out. Uh, Something about how I have to jump through it.
All right, Trogborg, you do see there is a locked door and a window here. How do you proceed?
Um, what's the door made out of?
Wood.
Uh, I guess I can open it without the lock. Let's just force it open.
Sure. Do you intend to like shoulder check it or like axe it?
I got a spear, so I got to shoulder it.
Give me a strength check. Dirtily made door and it rebuffs you with
Yeah, this door is surprisingly tough, guys.
long money. Um,
Now we do have a pet here.
four more. It's your turn.
How tough is it?
A pat. Are they? I thought you said
Hello.
pet, and I was like, oh, it's a pat. Oh shit. Uh, V. Hi, Pat.
Hello.
Welcome. Good to see you.
What have I missed?
Chlorine, pyronic room.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, like
realizing.
Byronica's in
tentacle flames that will kill you.
that's exactly what I thought. Awesome.
All right, and right, everyone's got their box.
But fire and flame not has quenched my thirst for blood yet.
All right. So, bloop. Yeah, I mean, Jarl, if you want to make a makeup turn, they're trying to break into a shipworks. Black flame juts out of things, but otherwise, it's like a perfect marble rendition of like this ancient Romanesque empire.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's completely dark outside of our light sources.
Except for a blue
Okay.
bonfire atop a tower to the northwest, which an apparition of the lawful god Ord, well, neutral god of magic Ord, has told you is sort of the key to undoing the atrocity.
Ah, yes. And we want to undo the atrocity as opposed to do it, correct?
In this case, yes, I don't think we will survive if we stay here too much longer.
Very well. I will also attempt a strength check to barrel through that door.
All right. Dendrites, dendrites. Give it to
Damn
you.
it.
By the way, Pat, you have duality. You go into your character notes, pick 2 of the 3 old gods to dedicate yourself to today and gain their bonus. Do that on your own free will,
Oh,
but you're all knocking against the door and you ain't getting anywhere. Bormor, Trogborg, and Yarla have failed to knock down the door.
Oh, my go. Um,
We're doing the orb really
there's
feels like it's starting to heat up in your hand, even as it runs low on juice.
oh, oh, that's not good. Um, it's getting uncomfortably warm, huh? Let's swap out then. I light my other torch and
Dim the stone.
dim the stone. I think that did that automatically. Yes, okay,
Nice.
cool. You mentioned there's like a window.
Yep. And you are a
Let's try
dwarf,
that.
not to be discreet. Yeah, give me a dex check to like, amble up in.
Wait, am I standing at the window?
You've gone through the window. Give me the dex check to see if you actually get in.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, you know what you do? Here's the thing.
Oh,
You
sorry.
you you fall in, um, and like you smother the torch yourself.
Oh my
Um,
God.
you burn yourself for 1 HP in the process, but manage to prevent it from going out. You're in on the ground, down some dignity by the ghostly fishing ships, and yeah, uh, you lose enough time. You don't get to look around before the end of the.
Fair enough.
All right. So, Gazdog, it's your Gaz turn. Where do you Gaz go?
I would like to gas venture this way.
All right. You
I would
see
like to,
three
yeah.
openings. One is like half full black flame. One is guarded around, like with a narrow entrance by black flame. The other is relatively open.
Let's not try our luck too awful much. Let's go to the relatively open one to
All
begin with.
right. So, yes, 3. It's spice stall. Boxes of turmeric, parsley, chervil, oregano, basil, and thyme line the walls. There's sackfuls around as well. You feel like a sackful would probably be worth about 10 gold, but it'll take you around in a gear slot to gather it up. There's also a passageway, perhaps back into back room.
I would like to investigate that passageway if I can.
Managed to
Or do I have
make
to
it
clear
in.
the way?
Managed to make it in. You're not barred by the spices, but this is about as far as you make it with a pure movement. Frogborg,
Understand.
Frogborg, you're outside. Mr. Light Source is inside. Um, can't beat down the door, but apparently you can join him. And by the way, Avi, I assume Vormor, like when he first gets up, would make it a priority to like unlock the door for them.
Correct, yeah.
All right, you guys can come in.
All right. All right, we got in.
And again, you look into this room. You see that there are big wooden doors to the west that are barred from within. and that there are 3 sets of iron spikes, 90 feet of rope, and a sail fit for a small boat hung on wall peg. In addition, a spread of fine steel tools. There's 3 sets, each worth about 20 GP. So if you wanted to start looting, you could.
I want to kind of jump through a flame first because I think you said we're on a timer, Vormar.
Yes, this torch only lasts so long.
Yeah, yeah. I guess we got to be responsible first. Damn it. Okay.
I will say the rope is useful in many situations. We should grab that at least.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just get up to the door that's barred and just use an action to just open it.
All right, you unbar. I would note there are 2 doors. There's 3 actually. There's one to your north, one to your south, one further to your south, and actually there's one to your northeast. This place can be really opened up, almost like a mechanic's workshop. You want to go for this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you open it up. Of course, you have no light, but you feel almost like the sea breeze on your face, and you know that you've opened the passage beyond, but you don't yet have light pouring in. So that's your go. We come around. Yarla, it's the Yarla round. Yarla, what do you Jarl do?
Marvelous. So this door now has been opened.
Yep, you can walk
I
in.
saunter in as I'm wont to do, and I take my bearings.
Yeah.
What is particular about this room again? One last time.
The big ship works, and the loot that has been listed in the chat is there if you'd like to grab it.
Okay.
It would take some
Well,
time to, you know what I mean? Like, you can't gather all that in one go.
of course, of course. Iron spikes and rope. I'm going to go ahead and grab that.
All right, iron spikes and rope, I'll give it to you. Gather one of the sets of iron spikes and 90 foot of rope in your turn as you grab it off of the pegs.
Hmm.
4 more.
Good use of
You're only a little singed, and now it's time for adventure. What do you do?
Um, okay, first priority is seeing where the heck, what is where. So I would go and step
Okay,
outside.
you open water and you step outside into 9, the harbor. You see a 5-foot built-up stone platform holding several wooden struts. Ghastly ghost dockworkers phase in and out of existence as they work on phantom boats. You note one small fishing ship that appears to actually be corporeal here, painted with red and blue stripes around the rim. It doesn't have a sail or rope, however, but you do note that it looks like there might be a gap in the black flames to the north.
Ah, I see. So we have a boat with no sail, and we have a workshop with a sail but no boat. One might have put one and one together.
Make 2.
To make two. So,
That's a number.
okay. So I would step. Aha, boat. I'd step back inside, and can I make can I collect the sail this round
Yeah,
or
I would say because you just dodged into the doorway. I'll give it to you. You collect up your sail. So you have the
great.
sail in your inventory, Vormor, and Yarla has the rope. Meanwhile, Gaztog.
Hmm.
Well, first, before Gaztog happens, you all hear an ethereal whistling, moving about. And there's a chittering.
I don't like that.
Considering is rarely a good sound to hear.
Gaztog, you hear one of the ghosts coming in behind you very hurriedly, and they say, I need to stack the spices. I need to stack the spices, I say. And as they're doing it, you hear um, a very strange ethereal chittering. And suddenly things feel a little more dangerous. As oh God, what the fuck is that? A strange horse-sized spider uses 2 bite attacks on the ghost. Oh yeah. It eats it up and it rips through and consumes the ghost. Um, it seems to be impervious to the black flame and emerges from it. And this void spider just eats up the ghost. But with its critical failure, it kind of like gets a little indigestion. That being said, you hear the chittering of more in the room beyond, and there's a screams in the market as if though they're ripping through and consuming, and now headed towards you. So that's fun.
Yeah, we like that. Um, how much time do I have?
This one is going to be out of commission on its next turn, but you know there's more in the room beyond.
More in the room beyond, like this way?
East. The danger is
okay.
coming from the way you came from.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Just whenever you said room beyond, I was like,
Yeah.
so I want to try to take a minute, if I can, to hop, like, again, being sneaky and thievish that I am, try to sneak up in here and see what kind of I'm looking at here in terms of maybe stuff to hide behind.
It's a pottery stall. There's a small kiln and spinning stool stand, and there's dozens of pots around, so you could absolutely just get down behind a pot, or even as a goblin, try and get into one of the larger pots.
Let's put out the torch for now, hop in the biggest pot I can find.
All right. Give me, I mean, you managed to hop in the biggest pot you can find, and, give me a dex check to do it quickly and stealthily.
So, let's see, hold on, let me look.
You could use your lucky to re-roll that if you want.
I was about to say, I don't know if me being, like, my thievery skills, it just says I'm adept at thieving skills, one of them being sneaking and hiding, but I don't know. Oh, it says you have advantage on the associated checks, okay.
Okay, and I'll give you advantage because it's hiding. It's an associated thievery skill.
Okay, so I'll roll that again, or hopefully this will help. Do you want me to roll it with advantage or just do another normal roll?
Do another normal roll, because that way we'll get, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you do a fine job. You clamber in there.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice save.
Void spider turn happens. Chittering. Pottery merchant says, "Oh, forgive me. I seem to have lost my luck." And the ghost is no more. You don't see outside, but you feel a strange presence moving about unsettlingly. Frogborg, you heard some vague shouting to the south. That's probably not great. What do you want to do? Frogborg. Ramba AFK?
No.
Ramba?
I'm trying to hit unmute. I am sorry.
No, it's all good.
I think we need to keep going. So I'll wait for Vormir to turn and then I'll move with him.
All right, so you're ready to move with Yarla. What are you up to?
All right. So my understanding of events is to this direction from whence we came. We're encountering spiders.
You haven't seen
Through
them.
this
You've
door?
only heard screams.
Right. And then where's my compatriot who just grabbed the sail? Right here next to me?
Vormir, right here.
Oh,
Yep,
Vormir.
to,
Yes.
to the west of you. Also, Yarla, do you have a torch?
Do I have one or can I have one?
Do you have one currently in your
Not
inventory?
Yes, I should have one.
Okay. You might need it very soon.
Understood. Is our objective to quickly rig that sailboat and get out of here, or stand and fight?
Well, we definitely want to rig the boat Sood, but Vormor being the lawful type with the Hippocratic Oath would be compelled to investigate the screams in the direction of the party member that we left behind.
I too wish to investigate the screams, so that I might stifle them. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and get over here and light my torch, I think is what I'm gonna do.
All right, and you could move. You could light a light source and then move one zone. Do you want to like head out in his direction?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Let me drop a torch on you.
Thank you.
Oh, it seems you. Oh no, you're building it from scratch. Sorry, we have a compendium one. Okay, torch in hand, and I presume silvery short sword in the other. You head south. You see devastation in the market. Things have been ripped apart. People have been like consumed, and there is almost like ethereal white blue silken threads hanging from the black fire ceiling, passing through it undamaged. You see signs that some people have moved through the spice shop to the west.
Come, ye cowardly creatures, and give me a fight worth telling.
All right. You do get close enough to see that there is a turned over void spider. As you gaze upon it, you cannot help but feel that this is a thing far more than a match for you. And it sounds like it has friend.
Ah.
I don't know how Yarla's bravery is affected by that, but do remember, check your notes and pick which of your two duality god devotions.
Oh, I know which ones I know which ones I am.
Mundi isn't here. 4 more.
Okay. I am here with Trogborg. I would turn to him and say, I would not leave leave our comrade behind, or now 2 comrades. But one of us must stay here and ready the ship so that we may leave as soon as possible. Will that be you or me?
I'll try to get the ship ready, but I'm trying to look for that blue flame thing to like go with this because some apparition told me to jump through it.
Yeah, so you so Vorm, you say that, and do you go somewhere or?
Well, okay, so
the ship and start rigging it.
If Trogborg agrees to rig the ship, then I would actually hand him the torch and follow behind Yarla to back her up.
I might have screwed this all up because I have the rope for the rigging.
Now, and I don't think I have any extra rope on me. Hang on. Can I give items? Can I just drag and drop?
You can just give someone an item. It should be able to let you drag between sheets you have access to. Oh, you can like pop it out into the world. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. I tried to drag it on top of the token. That's interesting.
Like
I don't know what to do now.
Well, I mean, it's out, so I mean, I assume you want to leave it there, right? With your buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I would then run out. Where is Yarla? I cannot see.
There's Yarla. All right, so you can get up to Yarla with an action.
Okay.
Then you see that there was a big old fuck off void spider in there, the size of a horse, that's kind of like turning itself around after, hopping over.
Okay, so I would ask Yarla, well, first of all, give me the rope. I'll run it back. Second of all, have you seen, where is Gastog?
Do I have any idea where Gastog is?
Dude, there's signs of movement through 3B, and you see a toppled enemy. Could, surmise.
Yes, I would gesture and say, my assumption is over yonder.
All right. Well, if you can hold out for just a moment longer, I'll take the rope back so we can begin rigging the ship, and then I'll come back
Indeed.
to back you up.
Let it be
And-
so.
Uh,
I never put the stuff in my inventory, so, I pass it to you.
okay.
Hadn't gotten that far.
And then, do I have time to start running back, or is that my go?
You just moved one zone, pretty much. Yeah, you can move back.
Sweet. Okay.
Let you get back into the stride. I'll pop you over there. All right. Gaztog, your turn. Just moving around outside, violence going on. What do? You hide? Just stay still?
Yeah, I think at the current moment, I would still torch unlit, hop back out of the pot, and see if I can peek to around this corner here, and get an idea of what the coast looks like as far as if it's clear, and maybe possibly make some sort of a dash.
All right. So you're gonna peek out and see what's up.
Yeah, I just want to stand at this corner essentially and just kind of peek around here
Okay. So
and
you
see if
hop
that
out,
that one monster's still there.
peek. You feel you don't relight your light source, do you?
Not yet, no.
Feel a distinct, disturbing presence around you. A moving and a chittering.
Okay. Can I light the torch now?
Yes.
I might be able to do it on my own sheet.
Yeah, you
Let's
hit
see.
the fire button in the inventory section, and
Whoop.
yes, there is a void spider to your north and your south. They both are looking at you very hungrily with chittering wide maws.
This is fine.
Okay. Whenever I light the light source, what do they react to it at all?
They don't seem to need it to see, but they do look at it.
So it doesn't blind them or affect them in any way.
It doesn't seem to be blinding them now.
Okay. And they are kind of chittering at me. What happens if I try to move, say, this way? Oh well, up this way and kind of try to sleek around the corner. Do they immediately notice and kind of follow? How does that work?
They look like they're gonna follow you.
Okay. Well, if I'm gonna fight a bunch of fuck all void spiders, I'm not doing it in a goddamn closet. So I'm gonna run I'm gonna sprint as hard as I can and try to get up to this one. And if it tries to attack me, I'm going to try to swing at it with my club. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to dash past it quickly.
All right. You do manage to dash past quick, and yeah, Yarla is there. You managed to get all that one zone. I'll let you get out by where Yarla is if that's all you're doing.
Yep, that's about all I'm gonna do.
Okay. This void spider
Behind me.
finishes
Hello,
raiding
friend.
himself. Two voids.
Comrade.
This void spider. One of the void spiders breaks off and chases you. They direct one of their bites each. First one north, second one south at each of you. Missing Yarla by a country mile, and so too Gaztog. A second void spider crawls up into the zone. Alright, Trogborg. Trogborg, what are you up to?
I go outside with the torch.
He said I fuck all the way off.
You go outside with a torch, and you see again to your west there is that lighthouse. You're not too far from it now. There's a blue light atop it.
Did he give me the sail?
I don't think so. I think the sail and rope
if I
on
reached
Vormor's
him the
person.
last round, I would have handed everything over. But
Okay.
if you maybe you need to grab it from me this round.
What I'm thinking is I'm looking at that lighthouse, all of this. So, is it possible to jump across?
Yeah. What's your strength?
14.
I give it to you. Want to do a running jump across the deck of the boat?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Let's just see if I can do that.
Sure. All right. There's a structure to your west that smells nasty, and there's
Are you
black
just
flames
leaving
that
us all
narrow-
behind?
narrow way around.
I need to jump through the flames.
All right. So do you?
The gods tell me something. Trogboard doesn't.
So do you go north or south around the structure, or like what are you up to?
I think I'll go south.
Sure. Show me where you move. You go along this western hugging path, the southern one. All right. You briefly see what looks like a white spider the size of a horse to your south. Your turn ends near this like aqueduct, like Overwatch structure. Yarla's turn. All right, Yarla. It's you and
yes.
Gaztog, and the void spiders are a coming.
Indeed, this does not seem to be as tenable a stand as I thought it might have been. Though I will stay and ensure that my compatriot makes it out alive.
All right, do you want to attack?
Of course. I can't be right next to an enemy and not attack.
All right, give me the attack.
Right.
I would
That
note everyone
sucks.
did get a point. Did get lucky when Ord spoke to you. If you want to spend that now, although you might need it more
that
later.
lets me reroll?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend it now. Wow, my luck sucks.
Your silver sword swishes around. You don't hit him. So, are you like holding your movement to run north when he does?
Yes, if I can.
Okay. Vormor. Vormor, what are you up to? It's dark. Your friends have left you, and danger is closing in.
First question: did Trogboard actually take the items from me, the rope and sail?
I don't recall Trogboard coming close enough to do that. Am I wrong, Ramba?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Did you come close enough to actually take those items from him?
No. Sadly.
Okay,
The Trogborg is just fucked off.
so I just saw him fuck off. Okay,
Because he saw the blue light, and it's just like, oh god, it's like a cat or like anything with a shiny object.
all right. Well, we might all die here, but Vormor would run back toward Yarla then, especially since that's where light is.
All right. So you get up to her in one move. Do you come into combat with the Void Spider, or like what's the play here?
Yes, I would see that, and I would immediately go to thwack it.
All right. Do you want to try and like creep up behind the stall and then leap out for the backstab?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Give me a dex with advantage to see if you're that sneaky of a guy.
Dex with advantage.
Everyone's dice are fucking cursed. I have no other explanation for it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm guessing you don't
Fuck.
want to spend lucky.
Not on that, no.
Yeah, I don't even know if it would be advisable. All right. So you moved and attacked Gaztog. What do you want to do?
Do I still get an attack, or is that a miss?
You attacked and missed.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait. No, sorry. You failed to sneak up. You still get an attack. I misinterpreted. Make a normal attack. You won't get backstab if you hit. Sorry.
Okay. Normal roll.
You emerge very obviously from behind the fruit and fish. The fish go flying, your stave comes cracking down, and you deliver 4 very solid thumps of damage to the Void Spider, which is starting to show a bit of damage, but you can tell this is a tough thing.
Excellent. So that's with a critical hit, I roll another die of damage.
It automatically
correct?
did it. You got a 2 and a 2, if you look at it.
Well, I do +2 damage
Oh,
with my weapon.
never mind. It didn't do it. Roll the additional die. My bad.
Okay. That's 1d6. There we go.
Boom, you deal an extra 3 damage. Okay. That's your turn. No, it's Gazdog's turn now. Gazdog.
With it, with him delivering that blow, I would immediately swing with the club with the idea of telling my compatriots, like, hey, we're gonna swing at this thing and we're all gonna fucking leg it. Like we're out. So I'm gonna swing with the club. Hopefully.
Hit.
Nice. 1 damage to it. And like as I swing, I would be like, let's go. And we're all gonna leg it.
For all Roman jump.
Yeah, and obviously since I'm the only one holding the light source, I wouldn't just immediately fuck off, but I would kind of like stay close to everybody and keep everybody within the radius.
Okay. Ghosts enter the zone. They appear to be legionnaires, and they order you to halt. You must submit to a check. We have rumors of smuggling in this area, and as they arrive, it becomes the spider's turn, and you're hanging back for all of your friends. Is that correct? You're waiting for Vormor to come along?
Yeah, I would be at least staying close enough to keep everybody within the lantern or the torchlight. Yes.
Okay, wait. So, but you and Yarla would get to here, and Vormor would be here. Am I correct in that?
Oh, I lost connection. Hold on, let me try to get back in. And I thought we were all still standing there. I can see on the stream though.
Vormor's not stanced up to move. Yarla is.
Yeah, I was about to say. I would have made sure we all got to move together. So I probably would have been a little closer. Maybe like split the difference between the two. But
All right.
yeah.
This void spider, then will use 1 attack on Vormor. Vormor, make me a very important con check.
Ooh.
Here we go. Constitution.
I think you should be able to click on it in chat, actually.
I did. It looked like I rolled a 16, but it didn't go into the chat. Let me try refreshing.
Alright, so we'll say you pass for now, and Void Spider then scampers the rest of the way and tries to bite Gazdog with his second attack. Missing. He phases into incorporality afterward.
Oh, they can do that.
Spooky.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, but I see everything in new positions. We're
The
good
rest
now.
of them attack the soldiers to terrible effect. Several of them have been destroyed, and the Void Spires are just gorging themselves on them. They're trying to fight back, but not doing as much. There's a light damaging of them. So, Frogborg. Frogborg.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I can maneuver to like get through these, right? I can squeeze through.
Yeah, you
right?
can squeeze through.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and there's this like covered sort of overwalk, and then there is this grand, half-ruined ascent. The timeless building is trapped in the instant of its collapse by a spell that ripped its place out of time. You hear a ch sound coming from the south. I presume you continue to round the corner.
Yes.
You come upon this half-crumbled wall and see a mighty minotaur sharpening his axe.
Now,
Just
is
like-
there?
It is leashed, you can see, by a chain, although it seems like it will probably break free if it had to. Above, there's a double-wedged sundial and
Mhm.
statues. Now, the very highest platform is where the blue flame bonfire is.
Is it possible to climb this?
By the way, you hear a silver fiddle. Give me a dex check.
All right. Let's see if I can
You-
climb.
You hear a silver fiddle being played. Very silvery tune. You can tell.
Ooh.
Yeah, you managed to get up to 7B. So, there's a double-wedged sundial that stands between marble columns and statues of legionnaires. A silver pendant hangs off the side. Several doors into the tower are collapsed in, but there is still that, stairway further up. Do you invest? Your light source, as it comes close to the double-wedged sundial, it becomes like twice as bright and becomes a beam of nearly blinding silvery light. And it causes it. Make a dex check. Are you wielding a shield, Trogborg?
Yes.
Okay. So the beam of light that comes off of this sundial is about to strike you. It is going to do a significant amount of damage. Do you try and risk taking the damage, or do you sacrifice your shield and let it melt up as you escape?
I rather the shield take it because I don't want to die.
All right, and for so the shield is destroyed either way, but just so you know, you are dodging. Yeah, that would have been 11 damage.
Yikes.
The shield is slagged, and you manage to get out of the way. You're in this sort of central zone. That's your action. The Minotaur goes, huh? And like turns to the north, and you see a wraith playing a silver instrument up top by the bonfire. So, Yarla, is your turn.
I feel like we're a little underloaded for this. Okay. So I accidentally just now closed the Foundry page.
That's fine.
which
Tell me what you want to
sucks
do, and
for
I'll
me.
move you.
So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take another stab at this spider that's stymieing us, and once again
That
save
one-
my moves.
That
so I
one
can...
phased into incorporality
Oh,
is no
right,
longer
yes.
near you.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good
right
for
now
us.
would be a good time to fuck the most off back to the ship.
I think we fuck the most off back to the ship.
I would say that
That's what
the
I
three
do.
of you, if you're willing to spend your free move on Yarla's turn, all go with her, rushing away.
Absolutely.
You make it to the shipworks together. Pat, you can do one extra move, or anything. You all note the boat almost looks like it's hanging a little lower in the water than it was last time. You don't know if Trogborg put a hole in it or something.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Well, I want to jog with my remaining move then to investigate what's going on with the
Yeah.
boat.
You get about here. You look over and you realize that there is a horse-sized white spider clung in there, waiting for its prey. But it sees you. It is prepared to do more than seeing, my dear. And that's your turn with 2 moves. All right. Moondy isn't here. Hey, buddy. It is Vormor's turn. Vormor, what are you gonna do, bud?
Well, I'm gonna go out and join
And you see there's
Yarla out there.
there's a spooter in the boat.
So I see that, Is there any chance that I see? Because I know Tragborg is carrying his own light. Can I see see them from a distance?
Yeah, you can kind of see. You can see the blue light, and you can see that there's a brief, white hot light beaming, like an arc nearby as well, and also you can see torchlight. So you can tell that there's a building to your west, and past that western building is the tower, and that seems to be where, based on the light, Trogborg is.
I see. And these black splotches here are impassable, I presume.
Yeah, that's the black flame. You know that anything that touches it takes 44 damage and gets repulsed or destroyed and sucked in.
Okay, cool. Well, then the spider is in the way, so I will
And there are
thwack it.
ghostly dock workers that like phase in and out of existence nearby. All right. So you want to one up and thwack it? Give me the attack. You miss.
Not this time.
Are you gonna lucky?
Fuck it, sure. Let's do it.
When you said not this time, I was like, does he have a trick up his sleeve that I don't know about? I didn't get.
No, I meant I'm not doing damage this
Oh.
time.
I-
But I will try it again. Oh, that was
Combat
almost a
shows you.
20.
I'm so sorry. I have lured you into temptation. All right, Gaztog. It's your Gaz turn.
I guess if we're all trying to move together up to the boat area here,
Yeah, there's a void spider in there clung in. Looks like it's about to start biting.
yeah, I'm gonna swing as well. We're gonna try to swing at it. We're gonna see what happens. I don't like that it's trying to bite my compatriot. It will stop that immediately, if not sooner.
All right, let's see if you hit.
It will not.
Oh God.
I will lucky that though, because why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I don't get free stuff to not use it. Oh, okay. Okay.
Jesus.
We're getting all the bad rolls out.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
shaking all the bad rolls
The
out
void
before the bad stuff
spider
happens.
makes their first attack against Gaztog and their second one against Vormor. Are those both hits? I assume.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh. Gaztog, you're being hit for 4 damage. Is how much you have.
That is exactly my health.
You're level 2, right though? Like you've got the
Yeah.
health you should have. All right. And
Yep.
Vormor, you are taking 5. And Vormor, give me a con save. Gaztog, just roll me 1d4 plus your con mod.
1d4 plus con mod. Okay, that'll be easy to do.
Some of the ghosts
3.
nearby can really tell that like they start to snap out of their routine and be like, oh, and the spider looks like they would snack on them too, but right now they're kind of far away. Okay, so wait, sorry, 2? Did you say? Do you have a -1 con?
No, it's 3. I have my con is just 0.
Okay. So Gaztog is bleeding out, and you have the turn right now for death, and Vormor, you failed your con check, right?
Correct.
Okay. Vormor, you feel the pallor of pain upon you, and doesn't feel so good, buddy. You have 3 turns before you drop to 0 HP.
Excellent. We're
Frog
doing
board.
great.
A wraith steps forward, and she looks at you, twisted and snarled, as a cruel wraith, and she steps down, says, I, will not let you take from me this final grasp of my dying empire. and she kind of like steps down the stairs a little, and oh Jesus Christ. Does that hit you?
No, it's it's a 19. Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, hello, friend. Reduce your Constitution by 3.
All right.
Do make a note. Do make a note of what your full con is before the damage starts, because there are ways to restore this. I think it's like 17 right now or something.
Now it's 14.
Okay. You feel like she's only used the first of her capability to attack you, and on your next turn, it's going to be all out. She stands on the stairway, blocking your ascent. Trogborg, it is you, and it is this lady. You would note that there's a sundial nearby that you know how to turn into a white-hot beam of energy, and you know that the flame you need to get to is just on the other side of her.
Yeah, I'm going to use the one brain cell I have, and I'm going to try to basically arc that electricity to shoot her.
Yeah, you could also see that there might be a way to hit it with a white-hot beam of light.
Yeah, how would I do that? Especially because
You're gonna have
she's a
to.
wraith.
You're coming. You're gonna come up to the torch. You're gonna come up to the sundial. Have to use your torch, and like aim the sundial just such a way to make the light go, boop, and splash through on her and the beam. You feel as if though this puts you really close to fulfilling what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it mainly because it's like I got a Minotaur behind me and this lady, and I can't damage them both. So let's use the sundial.
Okay. Tell me what stat you think you would use to trigger the sundial.
Oh gosh, it's gonna have to be intellect, and intellect is at a +0.
Give me the int.
All right.
Okay. The silver white light burns through her, dealing 10 damage. You remark that it's only about a third or less of her health. However, you also splash the blue light, cries out, no! She changes from a wraith form, and at that very instant, everything winks out. As the blue light dies. And you all are where you were, but it's over. Gaztog is bleeding. Ormor is poisoned. Trogborg is by this, what was once had a fancy sundial, and now in the present is just, more of a ruin. So.
All right. Well, we got a bit of a triage situation over here.
Indeed. So.
Right.
Can I?
Does
Can
anybody
I act?
know anything about medicine at all?
I mean, int if you want to. It's int to stabilize, and you guys have 3 rounds to do it. Meaning that if all anyone is focused on right now is trying to stabilize Gaztog, you guys would get 3 chances apiece. Close, but no cigar. The DC is 15.
I'll just make my 3 then.
Unless somebody has another plan.
I mean, I do have the doctor.
Yeah, you're a doctor,
knowledges.
so you're gonna get advantage when you do it. Yarly doesn't manage to staunch
not
it.
helpful.
More, you feel the poison acting on you, but you want to dedicate your time to helping Gaztog?
I've got to at least dedicate 1 round to myself. Put your own oxygen mask on first and all of that.
All right. Do you have anything that you think would help you neutralize poison on you?
Herbs, go get the herbs.
You look around and you see an ancient, ruined, like just bombed out ancient, like collapse of stone. Any ruin long since gone by a mark of many.
Hmm.
Anything on
No,
you,
no luck
Vormor?
there.
Anything that Vormor would habitually keep on him? Because you like a concept thing, like thieves always have lockpicks.
Yeah, I mean, I would have first aid materials on me.
Yeah, I would say I would allow you to attempt to, with a bitter brew, neutralize the poison with a check. It won't.
Okay, normal roll. I will do so.
You manage to staunch it. It's not gonna drop you, but you are gonna be hurt at the end of the. And now give me. Want to spend 2 rounds trying to heal Gaztog?
Absolutely.
Trogborg, I would say it would take you. It would take you. Start of your second round, you'd get here, so you could also make 2
Yeah.
hit checks to stabilize Gaztog if you'd want.
Yeah, I'll try to stabilize the Astok with 1 check. We'll just say it's 2 because I'd probably spend a turn just be like, oh, where did the lady go? What happened?
Like, huh?
Mhm.
Oh no, if
Oh
not
my
for that negative
goodness.
modifier. Trogborg with the clutch, are you kidding me?
Oh shit.
Not the guy with the advantage whose job it is, but Trogborg manages to stabilize. Gazdog, as death is closing
Yo.
in, you immediately, by the way, the dragon's voice returns and says, wait a minute, where did you go? Anyway, you must come and seek the power. And, like, Trogborg just, like, patches you up. And, yeah, it's pretty much what you remember as you fade to unconsciousness. The people inside are thoroughly scared, having faced ghosts and other dangers, but they look to all of you in amazement and say, "What happened?"
I let someone
We
else
were whisked
answer.
away into. Oh, we were whisked away into ancient ruins, black fire and monster spiders wailing undead, and we emerged victorious, though badly beaten. And from the grips of death, we managed to extract ourselves once again, having slain the fell beasts beyond.
And they're like, "Oh, well, feast to that." And someone said, "Did you get any cool treasure?"
I pull out the
Tragically,
one dagger.
Hey! And you do indeed have this ancient device, and the group gets +3 EXP for that loot.
Nice.
and boat rigging.
Oh shoot, I think I
Hey.
forgot to subtract the gold from my inventory. I'll do that now.
All good. By the way, Trogborg, you could never quite say how it got there. But after feeling about your person, found a book I have before. Dirty russet volume held by metal clasps. Golden eye. Circle adorned cover. Seem to have the tome of Gehenna.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm keeping this.
And urging with such a treasure. Yeah, I'm gonna call it fabulous. This is an additional 3 XP, so total 6 XP. Dungeon. All right, so group is you know, welcome back to the fire, and in the coming hours, day will arrive, and the question of the hour is like, are you guys prepared to make the raid that you were planning to? Some of you are pretty badly wounded, but don't necessarily want to stay here either.
Right.
Well, I definitely need a nap. So, but if others want to camp elsewhere, I'll follow.
I see prudence in recuperating before we head out. Can't raid on an empty stomach, nor with gouges in our best men.
So you get about the camp, and does anybody remember how much you heal each night? Rest game?
No idea.
I don't, but I still have the PDF open so I can look really quick.
Character must consume a ration and sleep. So you guys go down one ship ration, which I don't remember tracking that, but mine ration gains all lost hit points, and recovers any stat damage. Okay, so Trogborg, your con goes back up to 17. Everybody sets your health to full.
Nice.
So I see you were at 2 ships rations. Puts you at 1 ship's rations.
We should replenish that in this town when we raid it.
I don't know if I counted the ship
I
rations you
agree.
gained from the raid, though. There's no way we went through the fat food that fast. Say after all is said and done, you find yourselves at 3 days ship rations. Because you definitely raided a bunch. Okay, so the next day comes, and you are sat around considering East Curlizia and its many bounties. Feel free to scribble on the map, mark your past adventure. As you well know, you have raided I 6.5. The village is quite disturbed and destroyed now. You've been to the Wedge where you hunted and logged, had most of what there was to have, killed a pleasure sore in T7, taken this strange stone you use for light at 6.5.5, and seen strange movement at K5. Haven't been. So yeah,
Mm.
you could go down the river to the bridge in the city, go around the coasts. You could keep on. I mean, this other crew that has agreed to join you, um, is pretty dedicated to the idea of striking out at this structure. They believe that it is going to make them rich enough, done raiding for the season, successfully done. They're kind of debating whether or not they had the strength to do it, the strength of arms, because they know that they've sent away some of their holy knights to the city after a big raid hit it. And
Mm.
now they're thinking with you, they definitely can do it. A little spooked after last night, but everyone's more or less gotten over it after your great victory, only growing their confidence. And yeah, so Covenant Point Monastery stares out at you across the way. And by stares out, I mean you can't quite see like 15 miles away, but you know it's there. Um,
Why should we not meet its glades?
um,
Why should we not stab into its eyes?
Parentheses, Vormor, you're a Madeiran, correct? In terms of your religiosity? This
Correct.
is a, um, I mean, this is a Madeiran monastery. You said something about swapping to another character. Do we have that character in right now?
Oh yes. I believe
If
so.
so, could you tell me that name?
Uh, album. They're in the backups offstage folder.
Oh, do you know what art you want for Elbin?
I think it's the same one that Gaztog has.
I think I've made this, but while wait for that, yeah, you guys are sat around and you have a general idea that this is a monastery up on a cliff. Um, you are left to plan the finer points of the raid together in as the early daylight breaks.
Excellent.
Well,
Finally, a challenge worthy of us.
I believe, depending on layout of the land, I believe we should take the monastery both by land and by sea, depending on if is it on a like a hillside or like a kind of like a
Yeah, it's on like a
lighthouse type deal.
promontory.
Yeah. Uh, I would say depending on how steep the hill is, if we could, one of us make landfall and go around and go up, and then while the other ones are kind of like climbing up from the back as a second wave once the initial wave pushes through. Um, if that is something we want to do, if that's not plausible, then we will need to discuss something a little better. But I
Oh,
am all in for raiding Covenant Point Monastery, full of riches.
I am
Mhm.
also on board, but separately, could I actually get icon number 8?
What icon number? Yes, it is possible.
Just to reduce confusion.
Um, all right. Talk amongst yourselves while I get this boar ready to go.
Oh, I was gonna say if you want to give me another character slot, I can slot in a second one, but it was after I had already lived, so not a big deal now, but
All right, yeah, and I'll work on getting that for you, but
just whenever. John Connery.
Don't understand what's going on.
Oh right, I currently have 3 torches in my inventory. Who wants one?
Well, I did expend one of mine. I'd be happy to take another off your hands, though I do have one remaining in my inventory.
all right. Album. Now is your boar as a little tap in tap out happens. Um,
Excellent.
and yeah, so what is your grand plan that you fit your compatriots here on, or do you just like we're gonna raid, we're gonna figure it out there?
I currently don't have a
Remain
grand
by sea.
plan.
All right. Shall we get in the long ships and start to pull up along the coast?
Well, actually, um, I have the background of a far traveler who has seen many places. Might I have insight on this kind of place that would indicate a likely weak point?
Yeah. Roll me a straight 1d20 roll.
1d20.
You haven't been to this particular one, but you are familiar with the general mode. And you have a familiarity that they are Diluvian, or prepare for the flood monastic tradition. They hold all property in common and live an insular celibate life of reading and prayer. They make money by copying texts and artworks for patrons, as well as the sale of selected tinctures and potions. They sponsor a small selection of knights who are devoted to Madeira and uphold the law against chaos. Chief among them would be the defender of the word, second only to the Badir or Modir, the father or mother, who runs the monastery and is elected from the eldest at the last's passing. Life is divided between recitation, copying, gardening, prayer, and silent meditation. These are all done in communal shifts with monthly rotations to all within the monastery spend equal time together throughout the year. Get the sense that probably be able to buy potions and tinctures from them if you're upstanding, lawful people. But
Steal them instead.
Most of us are not.
yeah, but you do know that they probably have a garden either just outside the grounds or near the grounds, and they do keep a number of knights. You know what I mean, like to hand, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay, well that seems like a good target to try to get to the stockpile of tinctures and such. So I would try to find an approach that would likely get us there.
So, you guys, I presume, hop in the longship and get ready to go, yes?
Yes. Our newfound allies, though, they were planning on raiding this before. Do they have any insight of their own as
Their
to
main
how we
insight,
might best?
they were thinking of chancing the southern cliff and trying a side door.
Oh.
There is the issue that until you get right up against the side door, you're going to take fire from very small window slits, pretty much murder holes.
Hmm.
Oh, I think I didn't.
Is there any
This
way
is
to
telling me to roll
serve as
HP.
do we think that there might be a way to distract the defenders and have the side door be perceived as less in need of defending?
Well, there's attacking the front and there's going around on another side. Right now, I would point out that you do have two longships at your present disposal.
Mm-hmm.
Although you are both coming from the same direction, it would be, I mean, they have a commanding view of the water. It would take quite a bit to get into position and pull off a full-fledged trickamaroo, if that's what you're going for, but it's not, strictly speaking, like, possible. That, it will just be difficult. It would take good coordination. So the question is, I think that you as an option.
Hmm. What if we consult with the other crew, come up with a system of longship to longship communication, and we divide our own crews so that both of us have half our men, half their men.
I really like that idea.
All right, so you do a little trickamaroo and get the
Hmm.
situation all set up, and they agree that smoke signals are probably going to be the only way to do this, and you're going to have to make clever use of travel along the coast, whether it would theoretically be possible. After your great deeds last night, they seem want to trust in you and your planning capabilities.
We are valiant and stalwart Vikings, after all, capable of holding our own and protecting our men.
Indeed. So, um, from here,
We have a mage amongst us. anymore.
Yes, I am one. I am a wizard.
What sort of spellcraft are you capable of? I've once heard of someone fabricating fog. Is that
Uh,
something that you might be capable of?
I don't have any illusory magic, no.
Hmm. Do you have elemental magics?
Not as such.
Very
Mainly
well.
just out of character. I've got charm person, detect magic, featherfall, and magic missile.
Okay. Good to know. Well, fabricated fog we cannot perhaps create, but we might just get lucky with the weather as it stands. I say we go. One of us for the frontal assault and the other to the side. We might perhaps have our small crew of parentheses the named PCs kind of be all together. Perhaps that should be the side flank. What say you?
I agree. I like it for sure. That seems to be the best plan of action currently. And like as I'm like trying to speak, I'm just like all foggy headed after just waking up from being unconscious and realizing that I almost died. But at full health and ready to go.
Good man. May Valhalla claim us in its time.
Right. So, um, we've worked out an extensive system of ship-to-ship communication reliant upon smoke signal, and um, now have long ships involved in operations. I will take you to that screen, and um, half split. I will bring, and album popped out here. Well, and yeah, so you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to chance the side. You guys are going to go in the side door while the others do the distraction at the front, yeah?
Does everybody consent and agree to that?
I agree.
I concur.
Well, we
Well,
certainly have quorum.
all right. So, here you find yourselves longships. Um, so these, you've got a split of the teams. The most gung ho amongst whom is their berserker, who winds up with your group, and Vormor, I presume, is going to stay with the distraction boat. And yeah, you guys are all prepared to launch the operation. I will round and yep. So Covenant Point Monastery begins to appear in the distance. You guys, in order to strike at your designated position, approach from south. I Whoever is coordinating the plan, give me an int check.
It's not going to be me.
It was your plan.
Yes, but
I can
that's the delegation part of leadership.
I can be the one delegated to.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me.
A wise woman once told me, when it comes to thinking about things, let a mage do it.
Oh. All right.
Probably better than I would have done.
Okay. You do a decent job. The smoke signal arrives, and you take it on faith that they're going to be there at around the right time. And you guys go in. You put your back into it, and it's time to row like hell. And Valhalla above you, because you see them and they see you. So you see the southern edge. There's 30-foot cliffs. Give me a strength check to see how well you go in. And Pat, you have advantage on these. You will.
Marvelous. Well then, I'll roll again.
Good, because I got a -2 on that. And a low roll.
I'll take that 19. Excellent.
So, yeah, you guys sail in, and there are already the missiles whirling southeast as you do so. You see that some of your allies are sort of pinned down towards the eastern gate. You get the sense that there's probably a lot of like armored combatants over there, and a lot of the less serious fighters, shall we say, are probably elsewhere. People are not in their normal position; they have shifted around, and yeah, a lot of the main force is probably gone to where they're dedicated. You guys arrive so quickly that the enemy are barely even getting to posts in the south as you approach, and most of their forces are in fact committed. So,
Field is ours, boys!
it is now, the hour of battle, and you get the feeling as if though there is a very significant foe who is commanding your enemy. Four more. The boat skids up and hits the dirt. There's a 30-foot cliff hillside in front of you, and up said cliff there is a small, scraggly, hard salt garden, firmly raked mess of long reeds and scraggly plants, blocked off by stacked rock barriers. Clearly where, the herbs are. The stagweed, the red root, corpse flower, beautifully pale and white. And, yeah, there's a door.
Very good. So there's a path directly to that.
Directly up a 30-foot cliff. Yeah, you have to use a strength or dex check to see how well you climb it.
Oh, okay. I'm bad at both of those things, so that would not be my first choice. Any other points of entry closer to ground level?
There's a gate over here, but no, this has been built on a 30-foot tall cliff. Doesn't appear to be any cave entrances similar.
Oh, okay.
You could, of
Would it be
course, stay
possible
on the
for
ship and
somebody to...
fire upon people. You do note there are some small windows, and people are probably going to try and shoot you from them. If you have magic, that doesn't need to worry about accuracy. You could use that. Or you could dedicate your entire turn to slowly climbing and be stuck at the just coming up the lip at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'd rather be cover fire. And in fact, can I spot any movement at the openings?
Yeah, you can see that there's probably acolytes behind the opening. From back behind the mast, you'd only truly have a shot in on this person right here.
Wait. Oh, I am up back there. Okay,
Well,
well, I would.
I moved you assuming you wanted cover. You don't have to do that, or you could cover at the front of the ship, because there's like siding to the ship and stuff. I just assumed, but feel free to
No,
just
that's
choose.
fine. I'll go ahead and fire at the one I can see. I've got magic missile.
Magic missile. Whoosh.
You roll that with advantage, right?
Well, you didn't critically fail.
Thankfully.
Oh,
One of those
well,
ties.
your
was a
modifier
one.
is juicy enough. You succeed. Amazing. Yeah. All right. Give me that 1d4.
Hell yeah.
The acolyte turns back as purple light slams into them. Oh, they look like they're barely still standing after the impact.
My job here is done.
Partially.
Gazdog. It's go time. You just kicked up on the dirt. What do you do?
How steep is this embankment again? That's right
30
here in front of
feet.
us. 30 feet. Okay, I want to try to hop off and try to climb up there.
Give me a dex or a strength, or dedicate your whole turn to just getting up to the lip.
Yeah, let's just dedicate the turn getting up to the lip, and then I will scout for a place to be able to sneakily enter the battle without being noticed.
Oh, so you want to like cling under the lip and not get seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like trying to like either get up to the edge of it and not be seen, or try to maneuver in such
Yeah.
a way that I can enter the battle stealthily.
You're on some Normandy shit trying to cover under the MG42s.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, this here berserker goes right over the side, screeching, "Ah!" And actually horribly falls, snares themselves, and takes fall damage as they tumble halfway down the cliff. Half their health gone as they smack hard into the dirt. Yarla, it's your turn.
Well, that was a display, not of competence. Anyway, am I fair to assume that the rope that I grabbed previously
Still got it.
and briefly transferred over to, yeah, I still have it? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that that is, on my person as I attempt to do what the barbarian failed epically at, which is to say, scaled hell out of this sheer cliff.
Running up that hill,
Rope
that
and-
MP3 plays as you give me a strength or dex.
Is this something else I would have advantage on as a sea wolf or not?
Sadly not. That's for seafaring
I'll
rolls.
take the dice's
Oh,
issue.
you wind up bogged down trying to climb. You don't manage to make it all the way up on your turn. Your casual Nord acquaintance, just one of your generic crewmen, actually manages to scale and get right up to the door. And they've got their axe and they're trying to hack their way in. It is, Frogborg. Frogborg. I mean, that's good enough that you get over the ledge, but you, yeah, I'll give it to you. Get over the ledge. You want to move up to the door?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do that. I want to get into the door and breaching and just feel like, okay, yeah, I just got a spear, so let's do this.
Okay. So the acolyte in the window, looking down at Album, attempts to use a shitty sling to hurl a rock. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, it does.
They manage to deal 3 damage from their shitty sling.
Ouch. Now, do I get any bonus from cover?
Oh yeah, you get like a +2 AC modifier, I would say. Does that still hit then?
It does still hit because I
Alright.
only have 9.
After that, you've scared him enough. He runs back from the window. You can't see him anymore. The
It works
acolyte,
for
there's a
me.
watch brother with a crossbow who fires. I did it with disadvantage at the guy who fell down because he's got a very poor shot. And it's lucky that he does that and he has a jam on his crossbow instead. So, don't worry, shit's showing all sides. Your deep friends to the east are keeping the enemy busy. The enemy commander ensures heavy fire is laid down. However, your allies manage to advance under fire, several of them braving a big long run, and they're damn near at the gate after a breakthrough. Getting Vormor is not. It's Artis, sorry. Other dwarf. Yeah. As they make their approach in the eastern flank. And there's flashes of divine magic coming from within, and you get the sense that these motherfuckers are not going to take the line down. And with that,
I should hope not. I need them to stand and fight, or else it will not be glorious.
is Elbum's turn. Elbum sometimes seems.
Oh. Weird.
It's because token names don't change over as readily as names.
Cool. Well, I am happy to continue firing. Who's the nearest enemy combatant?
You no longer have a line on this person. The person in this window who's crossbow jammed, you might, if you move up to this part of the ship and like kind of crouch behind the shields on the side, you'd be able to get line of sight and fire at this watch brother.
Let's do it. Right here, right? For glory.
All right. You successfully deliver that. Give me that D4. Ugh.
Kabam.
The watch brother dealing with their crossbow looks like they've taken a meaty blow and they're bloodied. They cough up blood a bit and their tunic is singed. Their holy symbol burns brightly against your arcane fire. Gaztog, it's your Gaz turn.
All right. Let's make our way all the way up to the top here, and I want to see if I can possibly go. Oh wow! I keep colliding with a wall for some reason. Is there a ledge there?
There's a terrain wall. I'll pop you up.
Okay. I want to sneak my way around, say here, and
It's worth noting
then.
that because it's open ground, like, well, there's garden. Give me a dex check to see, because there's like stacked rocks and scraggly salt-kissed plants. So yeah, you could maybe make it through the garden, hidden.
Okay.
You do not believe that you were detected by any onlookers. Get up to here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this right here would be a window, yes?
Yeah, it's a very narrow, like, slit window.
Okay. I don't know that I want to fuck with that. I don't think.
Just as a point of information, the exterior wall is 10 foot tall, and there's a central Hoost bell tower that are 20 feet.
Okay. I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to sneak under this window here.
Yep.
And prop kind of here. And the next time somebody pokes their head through that window, I want to try to take one of the iron spikes and see if I can stab it through that and
Alright.
hit them in the face.
You mean the window to your north or the window?
Actually, yeah, it'd probably be better if I do this one, actually. Yeah,
All
let's do that. I'll post up here and kind of like hold my attack until I see somebody open the slit in retaliation.
The berserker gets back up and attempts to redeem themselves. They rush up and make it to the door and begin. They activate their rage and swing their great axe. Sadly, it hits wrong with a tink against metal. Yarla, it is your turn.
That would be a great time for me to mention that I never really got around to putting all of my weapons in.
Sure. What
I
weapon do you need?
intended for her to have a great sword of some sort.
Sure.
But I been using the silvered sword because it seemed
Yeah.
like the good thing to
Did
have
you
against
see
the
the
undead.
Did you see the picture I sent you?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
It's fine. I just did it. You
Thank
have
you.
I presume you want the great sword equipped, so it is equipped.
Excellent. All right, cool. I'm going to do what the berserker just did.
Run up
Do
to
I
the
have to
door
roll a
and try
strength to
and.
get up there
Because you've already gotten partially up, you're
with
gonna be
it?
able to transition further.
All right. Well,
Need a
let's
great sword
just
attack.
lava blow.
The lava flow, lava blow. You stab through the door, and the door is still like substantively present in the kind of like the barricade against the undead was. Remember, when your dear
Mm-hmm.
sister was fighting them. Um, However, uh, there is like still clutter in your way, but you can see through into it. Look at this covered walkway, and the covered walkway has such common like stone struts under these covered walkway sections that they like cover that you can pretty reliably use, banding the
Hmm.
areas between the grass. And Garla, that is your go. Your common Nord
Yes.
compatriot says, "Let's get in," and kind of like kicks at the ruined door. And this guy just always does his fucking job. Whenever one of you die, be sure to take this generic Nord and make them your hero, because clearly they're having a fun time. The barricading is out of the way, and who have just completely performed the breach. The Viking, runs in, and Trogborg, you're in. The side wall is down.
All right, let's go in.
Okay. So you see that there is an acolyte, and there's at least 2 acolytes out here, and people are running around and moving. So what do you want to? See,
Are
there's
the
a
acolytes
large.
looking to attack?
Yeah. I mean, people have maces and staffs out. It looks like it's all hands on duty. You gonna run up on the
And
acolyte?
I'm getting ready to. I'm going to stab the acolyte.
All right, you stab the acolyte. Give me the attack. Go see a window into the central tower here. Okay, that's definitely a hit for 6. Your spear takes them in the gut. Madeira, preserve me! They say as they slump and die horribly against the wall. All right. So, are you ready? That's your turn.
And I heal 4 HP. Thank you, Odin.
Oh, you're a sea wolf as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
Drogord is a sea wolf with the old god, so I dedicate myself to Odin.
Okay.
Hmm.
An acolyte rushes in to start swinging at your boy with a mace. They have breached the perimeter! The guy who got fucked up last time has slouched his way to another window and hurls a rock at your friend, although your friend is also gaining cover. Sorry, there's supposed to be a -1. Well, so the rock is definitely hitting it. Motherfucker. Not even a watch brother. Your compatriot is like, ooh, only a flesh wound. However, priest steps out from this door. And casts rebuke, I say, clicking the button to. And he casts rebuke.
The power of Christ compels you. I said the fucking power of Christ compels you.
His voice breaks.
Oh, failing. He's
Uh,
like, stay back, and then it doesn't work. And then the southern door opens, and this person walks out, and they are resplendent in fine, shiny plate. They whip out their greatsword, and with a flick of the wrist, it glows gold. And
Worthy.
and the Paragon says, "Brothers, the side door's breached. Cut down the enemy." And actually, I'm might be. Let me look up which Paragon this. Yeah. So it's actually Skyly's. So she has a strong built form beneath her armor. She swings her greatsword +1 3 times. Well, she swings it once. Hits for 6. Your best Nord takes a hit. She swings another time. Your best Nord goes down. And then, with him down, the good Darth Vader here steps around and swings on the Berserker in the doorway. Because she gets 3 attacks. And with that, Yarla, the Berserker in front of you has been cut down. You saw the blood flying from the other guy. Yeah, as it turns out, the forces of law ain't nothing to fuck with. And the inner door opens, Trogborg, or a side door opens actually, and you see a knight emerge and begin running across the grass towards you. As this happens, Gaztog, a watch brother, leans forward with their crossbow, and you give me a dex or strength to stab with that readied iron spike.
Strength all day.
Roll me 1d4.
1d4. Coming up.
Ah! You wound them, and they retreat from the.
Ah.
Yeah. You would also note that the knight approaching appears to have a blessed look to them. So, Album, turn. You do see, I would point out, you do see the Paragon in the doorway. They look like a real motherfucker. In fact,
oh, I can see them from all the way over here. Okay.
they look stronger than the Void Spiders.
Oh shit.
And they get 3 attacks a turn.
I'm guessing they are above level 2.
You get the distinct impression they might be 3 times that level.
Jesus. Okay, well, I definitely can't use Charm Person on them.
We didn't set our sights low when we came to Covenant Point Monastery, I'll say that.
I mean, I can shoot a magic missile. I don't know if I can do much else.
Might be like time to bring the doorway down. We might need some out of the box thinking here.
Yeah.
How much damage would the wall do?
So, okay, quick recap. So, of our allies, is everyone still outside the...
You saw 2 people get in. The generic Nord, who you saw blood flying from the direction of, and Trogborg. You have at least 2 people in the side. The eastern gate, your allies are like about to overtake it, and a knight that was I mean, you don't know about the knights. I won't narrate that. Point is,
Sure.
you've seen 2 of your people go in, and you see your people surging for the main gate. So you're
Okay.
about to achieve DP. You're about to achieve dual penetration on the enemy.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna try to clamber up to join this, join everybody else.
All right. Do you want to do
Wait
that
one more
quickly,
turn. I
or
was
do
about to
you?
throw the rope.
Say what?
I was actually just about to throw the rope.
Can
But
I
feel free
hold
to do whatever.
action?
Yeah, you could hold. I mean, what do you want to do once you get up?
I mean, I was gonna fire off a spell, fire off another magic missile.
All right, then you can wait for the rope.
Okay.
Gazdog, what do you want to do?
I want to, um,
You know that there's
now
still
that
a
I've,
guy with a crossbow in this window.
yeah, do I see any way of entry? Like I said, I'm blocked right here. Is there any way of entry into this side area, in the like general vicinity, or do I have to go through the door with everyone else?
No, these are all very tight slit windows. You can shoot and stab through them, but not physically get through them. Might be able to use one as a foothold and try to scramble up the 10-foot wall, but I mean, it's fairly packed stone. It wouldn't necessarily be an easy climb check. If you had tools or a grappling hook, though, that would make things a lot easier. But you're either climbing or you're going through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna stack up on the door, and the moment that there's a clearing, I'm gonna try to like use my sneaky ability to
All right.
just kind of pop in and maybe backstab.
All right, so but you're clear. I mean, do you want to be hiding?
Yeah, I would be hanging out like
All right.
this, and then like the moment like we all breach, I would just sneak in and try to backstab.
All right. So, your allies generally clash against the door. Some of them attempts to climb. Wait, yeah, no. You hear the calls of the Vikings striking at the foe, and there's some knocking at the door, but it's not yet enough to breach. Yarla, your turn. You see Gaztog is here, all like ready to backstab. The Paragon with a blessedly golden glowing blade is like staring right at you. Her
Oh,
great
yeah.
sword in
No,
hand,
I mean-
your great sword in hand, like about to see whose god is greater, and Madeira's looking pretty
She looked
stacked
at
right
me.
now. Yeah.
And I looked at her. And she looked at me. And I
Yeah, so um
So instead of doing the thing that Yarla has been building up to this entire fucking time, she's going to find a sufficiently sturdy rock or a torch hold or column or basically anything that she can, wrap the rope around rapidly, tie a slip knot or two, and chuck the remainder of it down towards the ship
all right,
before howling out.
sorry, I have no idea what you howled because Doom automatically clipped you entirely.
Oh damn, crazy. Oh, join us! Fools want to live forever!
All right, so
That's
yeah.
what I'm here for.
The battle.
And yeah, and I think she's going to move to be kind of, actually, she's going to issue a challenge to the knight, or to the Paragon rather, and say, "Come and face me!" And she's going to stand right like here.
All right.
And
So
do the like,
yes.
hand thing, the sup nod.
you cry out. Some of the remainder
know.
of your Nords begin to come forth, but it's going to take a moment to get up here. And yeah,
I believe there was a held action. for when a rope would drop.
There was. So Elbum, you want to pop up that shimmy, shimmy, ah, shimmy, a, hey, 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 and hit him with a bolt.
Absolutely.
All right. Purple
Give
flame
him,
dances into your hands, and Elbum, you extend a hand. Arcing flame shoots towards your target and
I give him the Nordic surprise.
strikes the foe. Give
El
me that
Sex of
D4.
Mundo.
It kind of like
Nice.
scrapes the paint on her pauldron. Grunts.
I'm a little out of breath from climbing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um,
And also the water's cold. You know.
your fellow Nords begin to stack in behind you. And beat at the doors. They make no further progress. All right, Trogborg, you're in. You've just fucking shanked someone, and there's a knight with a blessed aura to your east, an important-looking priest to your north, and, you know, righteous Darth Vader to your west.
I am going to tackle the priest. Priest looks important, and he's casted spells. I got to stop him.
Give me a strength check to tackle the priest.
Do you want to walk
Do I still
that?
have that luck? Oh, never mind. Damn. This is a swole priest.
The priest, like, straight, like, he looks at you, and then he, like, toggles just at the right moment and sends your ass, like, Looney Tunes crashing into the pillar behind him. You slam your head into it, crack your helmet, and take 2 damage. Unfortunately, that's your turn. It is the Paragon's turn. Paragon steps out, and Gaztog, give me your attack. Backstab.
Oh, baby. Let's see here. That should be with. Oh, it's just an extra
Yes,
weapon die
oh,
damage.
no.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I thought it was advantage, but it's just extra weapon die. Going for it now. 11.
You thrust your blade, and it tinks off of the shimmering plate of the bow. Additionally, an acolyte steps out behind, but kicks the berserker corpse out of the way, and says, "Begone, vile raider!" and tries to bonk you on the head with a mace.
Damn.
Are you fucking
Oh
kidding
my
me?
god. These
The
rolls.
mace takes you hard in the head, and you kiss the dirt, unless you have something to negate that.
I don't think I do. I think I just pretty much eat that and die.
Roll me 1d4 plus con mod to see how long you have.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Jeez.
The dragon says, "Should have come to the seas." And I mean, you know, you might live.
Maybe. Go ahead and make me one of those little character sheets to fill out in the meantime, though.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me go over and check our man.
I've got a.
Everyone survived the ancient past, but somehow priest number 3, acolyte even. All right. So backups. You are the elk, yes.
Yes.
I will duplicate and I will put in backups off stage. You have a Vault Elk copy and configure.
Cool.
Yeah, owner. Okay, so and do put in the Discord chat which art you want for them.
I will do.
So that is the acolyte does that. Aragon steps forward. All that happens, and then they look south at Yarla and say, "Cheap tricks will get you nowhere. Gaze upon the law of Madeira." And then they attack once.
Well, I feel like that hits.
Dealing 6 damage. And then they attack a second time. Does it miss?
I don't know what my AC is. Probably.
Did you put
Probably
armor
also-
on Yarla that she's supposed to have?
I-
Leather armor?
I
Oh, yeah,
definitely
you have
would have
equipped.
had armor.
You have leather armor equipped. Also,
That's what I put on.
bear in mind, should you survive longer than this, that you do have an ability called Shield Wall, where if you wield a shield, you can use your action to take a defensive stance. Although, are wielding a great sword, not wielding a shield. Never mind.
Yeah.
So the second swing hits and deals 3. And the
Mhm.
third swing is coming. Oh! Yarla.
Wait. Damn.
Blood-
My AC sucks.
Blood goes flying. Roll me 1d4 plus con mod to see how long you got. Or
Right.
what's your con mod?
Next character. Oh, yeah. I think that's it. Yep.
No, what is your con mod? 0. Okay,
That-
2 turns. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Got 2 rounds. All right. So they are going. Album, it is your turn. So Album, you have like Viking raiders around you who are surging forward. 2 enemies have just popped out. Gaztog and Yarla have both just eaten shit. It's clear to you that Gaztog's death is imminent. Like after this turn, Gaztog bleeds out from a head wound. Yarla will have 1 more turn than that. What do you do?
Jeez, this is looking very dire. Some might even consider bailing at this juncture.
True, but can you personally cast off the ship and sail away?
Save one of us, then bail.
Do you have a horse? Like you might, but like if you don't have the crew behind you, like, you know what I mean? From the moment you your ship kissed the dirt, you were pretty committed to this. You could run if you wanted, and you might survive. Do what Elbum did.
I'm not going to run, but I'm trying to figure out what to do. Can I? Can I try to? Could I conceivably go up to either Gaztog or Yarla?
Yeah, it's a garden
unnoticed.
It's a garden with scraggly plants. I would say if you like dodge behind the other Nords who are coming up, because I mean, what are you wearing? Do you look very threatening?
What
Basically,
am
you're
I
a
wearing?
wizard. Give me a dex check. Give me a dex check, Album.
Yeah. I'm basically just carrying a stick.
Yeah,
Nice.
you blend in. You crouch behind the plants in the garden. Do you go to Yarla or Gaztog?
Let's go to Gaztog.
All right, you want to
And
make
we'll
your
do
action
our
stabilized?
best.
Let's see. Is this character a doctor?
Nope, just a traveler.
Straight up in. Oh,
Nope.
I'm so sorry. Gaztog had a glorious story, but I'm afraid he bleeds out here.
I gave it my best shot.
Your
I'm sorry for where I
allies-
failed you.
Your allies push in. They've broken through the main gate. The sounds of slaughter and violence reach you.
Hell yeah.
Someone manages to climb over. Yarla, one of your, I believe, was it 2 turns? Progresses. The Nords swarm the Paragon as the clear hardest threat. Back.
What?
So, 2 misses and a hit. The hit is heavy though. There's blood coming from between her plates, and some chain is broken, and she grunts. This one comes out and activates Shield Wall for an additional, bonus to defense, and seems to be trying to cover for the wounded while the healing attempt goes down. Frogborg, you just got Looney Tunes, and the priest is looking over you disapprovingly. What do you do?
I am stabbing a priest. I'm like, you know what? I was just gonna take you as a prisoner.
All right, give me the attack. Thrust and take the priest in the side. He grunts. Get the sense that this guy isn't. As you surely strike a blow that could pierce divine plate, but mostly nick him for 2 damage.
All right.
You want to move? You do see there's an open door into the central hoose, and in the hoose Madeira is stone. There's vibrant stained glass and such, and stone benches lining the wall. There's a piece of golden calligraphy worth about 50 freestanding in there.
I'm kind of in a battle right now. There's like a knight coming. I got a priest. I got priorities right now. I'm
So
sorry.
as it happens, they do turn towards you, but the priest sort of says, "I can handle it," and the knight sees this Nord hopping over the wall, and goes back to engage him. This watch brother does, however, dash over and is going to be here for the next bout of the fight against you. Meanwhile, on the killing fields, the backup acolyte casts Healing Touch on the Paragon.
Don't love that.
Oh, jeez.
Delivering
Oh,
a critical
jeez.
8 healing, putting them almost up to full HP. They then sort of, rev up like a weed whacker and start striking at the people with the base AC, 1 to each of them, top to bottom. Oh,
good.
now that they're attacking NPCs, they roll like shit, by the way.
Yeah, I see.
That's literally no hits. Oh my god. They turned it on for
Beautiful.
Yarla. They got no juice left.
Yarla took all of it.
Album.
I died for
speaking
your
of-
sins.
Gaztog is a lost cause, but Yarla might yet be saved. 1 round.
Pick me up. Get me up, please.
I'm gonna do my best.
So much pressure.
Oh!
Holy shit!
You're stabilized.
Defy hell and the Valkyries too.
Yeah, I don't think that
have
necessarily
my
gets you
revenge.
up, but you are not dead. Gaztog is off the
Oh, I can't take actions then, can I? Damn.
I don't have I played
I
it so
think-
that you get up at,
I
at 1?
I think it says you stabilize at 1 HP.
Oh, you made a good point. All right, yeah.
I think I read that earlier. I'll see if I can find it since
Yeah.
I'm in the PDF. I'll let you know.
So you stabilize at 1. We'll see if you get back up. And Album, you move and you act.
Yeah.
That's kind of your turn.
Oh, thank Odin.
The Nords all around you guys. I mean, Yarla, do you want to try and rise up at 1 HP and keep fighting?
I'm gonna do something.
I'll give you a con check to see if you can wake up. You're swimming. You
Okay.
see your sister burned. You see your family drowned. You see the masthead of the Wolves of Ron. You see a blue net closing in. And oh, it's sleepy time.
I'm lucking that.
Oh, it's sleepy time.
I'm lucking that again.
You can only have 1 left. And chat have a dangerous to go alone. Yeah?
Don't
I'm
forget
sure
you
I
got
have an
plus
unchecked
two
one.
roll.
And just to clarify,
Oh.
I see it here.
Yeah, stabilize
Uh,
means stop dying, but it's still unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also while you're in your death timer, you get to roll a d20. You have to roll a natural 20, but if you do, you rise at 1 HP.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. I haven't been
that's cool.
doing that. Do you want to make a single D20 roll and see if Gaztog would survive?
For shits and giggles, sure. Let's see. Hold on.
Enough to stabilize, but not enough to come back from.
Mm.
Oh, that was Yarla's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat. I mean, unfortunately, you can only have one luck token.
No,
It's a
I know.
binary state. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I know.
you're still napping, unfortunately.
Well, wait, no, hold on. I did take Freya, which said I get one extra, but maybe
Oh,
that
oh,
maybe
No,
I'm
oh.
misreading
I
it.
Freya
did.
gives a +6 too, so that's an 11.
Oh,
Oh, you gain a luck token if you don't have one. Each time you use a luck token, you add 1d6 to your roll. So yeah. Okay. Yes. We'll mind how that actually works next time. But all right, you're up at 1. What do you do?
okay. So the Paragon, right? Oh, by the way, I don't think Gaztog's rolled the d20. Do we want to do that first? I'm personally curious.
Did you roll the d20? I could do it.
No, I didn't.
You want me to hit the button?
It doesn't matter. You can do it or I can do either one.
Bro, check the chat.
Oh my
You
god.
made the right choice.
Wow.
What
Gaz-
the hell?
Gaztog gotta rolls up after being written off as a lost cause
Bro,
yet
this is
again. What the
insane.
fuck?
God,
The
ambulance, but not
the
for
dragon
me.
speaks through him. What?
The
That's
dragon
so
says,
I
"Up,
think
amazing.
we have to do
up,
what the dragon
Gaztog!
asks now.
You shall be my ultimate avatar." Oh my
Well, then
god.
fucking do something for me as I cough up blood.
The
Okay.
the
That's
dragon
awesome.
the dragon says, outlive the hour and you will see a sign of my favor. All right, so
I'll hold you to
Yarla-
that.
yeah,
It
Yarla's
was
turn.
fucking
Yarla
wild.
wants to
Oh my
tackle
god.
the Paragon from the ground with the sole intent of grabbing on and thrusting herself over the cliff.
Okay, so you want to like suplex her off the fucking cliff with her. All
It's
right,
dual suicide, baby.
give me a strength. Give me a
Hell
strength
yeah.
contest. All right, and she.
Wait, do I have a luck for Freya right now still, or is that did I
It's
spend it all?
spent. Well, wait.
Okay.
So you would have a D6 couldn't have gotten you the number. You had to roll it twice. But remember, whenever you use luck tokens while Freya is watching over you, you add 1d6 to the roll as well.
Well, I did not know that. It's pretty bomb.
As it turns out, she rolls dog shit. You successfully get the suplex, and you ride her down. As you crush down 30 fucking feet and deliver 13 damage. Ugh.
Probably also take 13 damage from that. I'm not walking off this.
You're on top of her, you know. Give it to you.
Yeah.
Are
Pat
you
it
fucking
fall.
kidding?
I mean, it is plate armor stabbing up into you. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how to adjudicate the fall damage here. The
Roll
I
for
was
Nord.
kind of
bones
hoping I'd
broke.
end up in the ocean because I plate armor fucking it weighs a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. The problem is you're in the dirt. You're like a further 7
That's
feet from
fine.
the water.
If I can stand, I can kick her in.
It is so the
Time to
Nord.
drown a bitch.
The Nords look around, and the acolyte's like, and they just start swinging.
Still
And the acolyte is hacked down immediately.
a more epic round I have never seen.
And with that, with the great reversal of fortunes, they all go, yay! And they trust that Yarla has it handled, and just rush in as Trogborg. You were 2-1. Now you're 3-1. And your allies in the gatehouse, sadly, they're stymied by a surprising feat of divine killing. And they're held inside the gatehouse for just a little bit longer by some hopeless monks. Although I would note, the civilian buildings are beginning to exgorge additional monks. About 15 of them, probably all told, across the whole compound. Of course, you have many Vikings, and the Vikings are much better armed and healthier. But this isn't going to be a no casualty run to be sure.
I wouldn't have invented fire arrows.
It is Trogborg's turn. Trogborg, is that your stab?
Yeah, I still have a luck, so I'm gonna spend it. Sadly, I declared Odin, so no +6.
I declared both.
Same roll.
Yeah, because Pat got duality, so she can do 2 at once.
Ooh.
If I actually kill this woman, I'm gonna get health.
So,
Yeah. 1d4.
The Paragon contrasts strength as she tries to shove you off.
All right, let's fucking go. Yeah, okay, we win.
She pushes you back. She gets on her feet. She has to spend 1 of her 3 attacks to shove you. She spends the other 2 swinging. She lodges her blade in the dirt and rock, looks at you, balls her fist, and just uses her last attack to try and absolutely, like, punch your ticket with her gauntlet.
Just
Okay,
deck the fuck out of you.
if this is how I die, so be it. One motherfucking point above my armor class.
This is why we equip the shield, my friend. So she deals 1 damage, and that's enough to put you in the dirt. Roll 1d4.
Honestly, understandable.
You got 2
Okay.
rounds.
Back on the 2-timer.
She
Can I see another D20 to get you back up?
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see.
She tries and fails to climb fast, but she's climbing.
Somebody
The counterattack wave is coming.
should just stand up at the top of the cliff and just kick her down when she gets.
I kind of want to do that.
So the priest
Kick her hard.
casts Holy Flame on their mace. And their mace catches on fire and looks like it's going to do a lot of damage, Strogborg. The Acolyte, the Watch Brother nearby fights off your comrades, as do some of the other Acolytes. One of them does, however, come up behind you to defend the priest and try and hit you with their mace. Flooding
hurts
you for 2 damage. Yeah, broadly speaking, the enemy encroaches. And Elbum. You see the Paragon is trying to climb up, having a hard time of it. Yarla is in the dirt, suffering greatly. What do you do? Oh shit, I took Gaztog off the turn tracker. News of your death was premature. Hold on.
No, you're good. I mean, it's not that I would do much anyway.
Greatly exaggerated. Some might say.
Well,
I'm still not over that happening.
well, when you nat 1, you get up at 1 gaming.
Right.
But you go right after Elbum. Elbum, what do you do?
Okay, let's see. Do I want to go for the Paragon, or do I want to go for Yarla? Decisions. How far up is the Paragon currently?
Paragon is about 20 feet up. If she were to fall from that distance, she would suffer 2d6 damage. Unless, of course, she fell onto Yarla, slightly cushioning her blow and absolutely crushing Yarla's ribcage and damning her. But, you know, that's not the most likely fall trajectory. It'll probably land here, right?
I have Featherfall, so I could just jump.
Correct.
Can I precast Featherfall to see if that would succeed.
I would say so.
I mean, honestly, you probably have the move to just get to where I am. The rope is there.
Yeah, but Featherfall would allow some crazy acrobatics on the way.
True,
This
but it
is
might
true.
take the action, right? An action otherwise, which could be spent healing me.
Well, I get that's the question. So the plan was to feather fall down and then do a heal attempt. Would that work?
Because you mean the action economy.
Yeah.
This game leaves a lot of things up to interpretation, but I think we've usually been calling on stabilize as an action. I don't think that you, unless I think some spells explicitly say they don't take your action. I don't think does Featherfall say that? Or is Featherfall a reaction?
Well, it says you may make an attempt to cast the spell when you fall. So I guess that is a reaction.
Yeah, you just have to, you know.
Okay.
I would let
That
you.
actually- yeah, no,
I would let you
sounds
leap
right.
of. I mean, you're gonna have to leap of faith. You could jump for the water though. Like you could jump hard enough that you're gonna hit the water.
Because it would either be that or it'd have to. I would assume in order to reach Yarla fast enough down the rope, I'd have to do like a dex check or something like that, right?
No, I would let you fireman slide down the rope real fast at no cost. The rope is in place. You want to?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's not make it too
I assumed
complicated.
that you were gonna try and like rip the Paragon down on the way, and that's why we were doing this. Okay, yeah. You slide. You just want to slide down real quick and give an int check.
Be awesome, honestly. You know what? If
that's
what you
a
want.
much better idea. No, but I'll do.
Yeah, no, actually, let's
tr-
do that.
Album
Kick her down and land on me.
album
and
might not be
pull me.
built for physical activity. All right,
I'm really not.
let's see that first int check. Hopefully, the first successful int.
Let's that fucking 20. Let's go.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say stabilizing up at 1-0 if it's a crit success. If we're all okay with that house rule, that doesn't feel too cheap.
I'm absolutely here for it.
Album, I could kiss you.
All right.
Later, though. Not right now.
Not
You
now.
move
No,
you
no.
action. Gaztog, it's your turn.
Time and place.
News of your death was premature. You see the Paragon bloodied trying to climb up. You hear the sounds of violence, the breaking down of the gate. What do you do?
Looking about
Paragon
their
here.
predicament
Yeah, the Paragon's
indicates
right there.
they'd be susceptible to
While she's trying to
a
climb up, I
back-
want to run up and just bludgeon her head with my club.
All right. Give you
For
advantage.
s-
Give you advantage because she's not really doing a good job defending her head right now.
Alrighty. Let's see. Club.
Bro, we're taking her down
advantage.
so dirty.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Like-
That was
Hypothetically.
almost a nat 20. So close.
God damn.
You tink her on the head, and she looks up at you and snarls.
That's alright.
And where do you want to end your movement there?
Actually, whenever I do that, I'm gonna attempt to actually go back this way, and I want to try to loot one of these bodies and see if I can find a better weapon, maybe possibly.
Yeah. So so there's a mace on the dead acolyte, and there was a
Mhm.
great axe on the dead berserker.
Oh hell yeah! Give me that great axe.
All right.
I'll
great
take
axe to
that
get.
for sure. I'll
Um,
put it in my inventory.
So your allies finally managed to burst the inner gate. There is blood hanging off of them, and someone screams, "The Watch Brothers are dead!" And seems like those guys in there are down, and your boys are emerging. The knight is doing a valiant job hacking at them, but they can't go on forever. It is Yara's turn. As many ups and downs as closest to death.
The unstoppable Yarla.
So
Yeah.
second verse, not the same, but tweaked version of the first. I wanna. Again, this is probably gonna be a contested strength, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll have advantage this time. I want to drag her down, but I want to drag her down in such a fashion that I get her like here, box wise. Sorry, I have to move, I guess, my screen so that I can even ping this square here or like here. I want to
Okay.
like grab her by the leg and pull her down. You know, like really just wrest her from the cliff and get her so that I want to drown her. I think
Okay.
that's the only way we're gonna kill this armor-clad behemoth.
All right. It's worth noting the water is a little shallow close in. But
As long as her face is in it, it doesn't matter how deep it
You
is.
only need an inch of water.
all
Right?
right.
You only need an inch of water,
Give
baby.
me So you'll get her down if you win the contest. If you win the contest by 5 or more, you will be able to
And I guess
get her in the water.
I know I'm pushing this, but I wouldn't possibly have advantage from, you know, her being distracted by an attack from above and being on
Nah,
a cliff face trying to climb it.
it's gonna be strength on strength.
I accept
Get
the
it?
challenge.
Hell yeah.
All right, you succeed. You have to like drag her
Oh,
down.
shit.
You whip her into the dirt. You don't mind whipping her around. You do deal 1d6 falling damage to her as she skids down along the earth. Because you kind of like dragging her and she's grabbing at stuff as she goes down.
Hmm. I assume that's my action.
It is. You could move though if you want to get the fuck out of here.
Why the hell would I do that?
All right. So your fellow Nords crash in, and I will do like one emblematic round.
Yarla being like, I ain't hear no bell.
But actually,
I ain't hear no fucking bell.
Okay. 2 of your Vikings die, split open by a blessed knight. But in the end, their axe has severed their shoulder plate, and Vermsum, the village boy, runs up, gets a stab, and the knight is dead. With that, all defenders at the front are gone. Your allies from the longship begin to pour in, and there is a preponderance of Nords. This shit is starting to turn pretty decisively against the other
I see
guys.
cold Madeirans.
Nice. But yeah, the reinforcement wave arrives, and there's even more guys, and it looks like yeah, you guys winning the battle is probably more a matter of time and a question of how many people are going to die, not if it's going to happen. Grogborg.
There's still one in the contest that maybe matters.
Grogborg, there's a flaming maced priest in front of you.
What is it? The rolls today.
You
Holy
stab
shit.
the rock behind him, and the tip of your spear breaks off. Which is now a staff.
Yep. This is.
You want to move, or
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move because it's just like, yep,
You got a lot of friends to the south. You could dodge into the crowd.
yep.
Say,
Doodles.
get behind me, brother. Pick up the sword off that knight. They gesticulate
Yeah,
to the dead guy with the bastard sword.
Yeah, I'm taking the bastard sword because I need a weapon.
Yeah, you pop over, grab the bastard sword. Vermson's like, I killed him! I killed him! As he looks at the blood on his blade. The half-drowned man is running in. Lots of people are running in. Okay. So the priest starts to go sicko mode on your boys.
Hmm.
And one goes down. His flaming mace is just claiming lives. He has his acolytes backing him up. They're healing each other and shit. He isn't running. And he gets healed quite well, in fact. To be fair, puts him at full. So here's what happens: the Paragon and Yarla are grappled. Is it fair to say?
I think so.
Give me a strength contest to keep her under control. If you fail this, you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, it's not gonna be that hard.
Mm,
Well,
don't jinx me like that. Oh,
That was almost in that one. Okay, so she wastes one of her attacks trying to gain control of the struggle. She spends her next attack trying to gain control of the struggle.
do I just keep rolling again?
Yep.
Oh boy, here I go, rolling again.
She spends her third and final attack of the struggle trying to push you off.
damn superhumans.
I'm not superhuman. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, but it's
Finally.
only 3 attacks.
She breaks you off and shatters your dreams of drowning her swiftly. But she's out of attacks. That's pretty much like her whole go. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, she ain't shattered shit yet. She's gotta shatter my skull first. I am dead set on drowning her.
And Gaztog, you hear the sound of acolytes coming in.
Oh hell.
It sounds like one of your friends is out there fighting them, though, and another runs up to meet. And yeah, so Album, you see the horrible beach slap fight of strangulation. Yarla's like ripped up cheek from getting gauntleted earlier. You're not sure you're gonna be able to put her back together a third time. What do you do?
Blood just dripping from my mouth.
I don't suppose this Paragon is anywhere close to death, are they?
They strike you as bloodied, which is to say they are below half health.
But not about to fall over.
Not unless you were able to, like, more damage than a greatsword.
I got magic missile. That's what I got.
All right, you want to pop a
We
shot?
love it.
Fuck it. Yep, that's what we're doing.
Oh!
Not that button. This button.
Hit. Roll me the damage. Also, so okay, you slam into the Paragon.
Good enough.
We're gonna do one more round. If anybody has to go, though, let me know. And you move. Do you want to move somewhere?
Yes, I am now scared for my life, and I try to scramble up the rope.
Scramble up the rope. You can move somewhere like around the upper platform. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up next to Gaztog. Actually, no. What I do is I scramble up. Ooh, wait, I want to go directly above where the scuffle is happening.
Yeah.
And well, Yarla, if you good luck. I'll try to follow up on whatever you're doing, but
All right.
I'm done being
on
being
my
in melee range.
side.
Gaztog, it's your turn. You have
I-
a great axe.
Batter.
Yeah. Newly found vigor, I push headlong into the fray here.
All right. You see that it looks like the mass of your boys are pushing into the east. The only reason that the enemy haven't completely fallen apart is that the priest is alive and standing. On the west, the enemy have 2 of your guys pretty badly outnumbered, but they're all normal acolytes. These guys have little health and a mace. Although, of course, one did brain you earlier, so you know. But
Right.
they're much weaker than your guys, though.
The ones to the west are?
Yeah, they're much weaker, but have superior numbers for the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna run up, and the idea here is I want to clear out some of the enemies here so that these guys can help me push east and overtake the priest.
All right, do you want to? There's a guy in the doorway who's kind of like creeping. Do you want to like step up and axe him, or?
Yes.
I would give me a dex check to see if you can approach him undetected, because you can like pass between these pillars and like creep along the.
Okay.
Give him a here's Johnny.
Okay.
So you get backstab with this great axe attack. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, hell yeah. This guy, I don't know what's about to happen to him right here.
Absolutely.
For the sake of it, I am doing two-handed damage.
Hell yeah, full commit, full send.
That's right. It doesn't allow me to select it though for a two-hander, so it's okay. We'll just roll this. God damn.
All right.
Oh, it does show it. Okay, that's cool.
Holy shit! How do you have 3? Oh, because of backstab.
Yep.
Okay. So you hack into the enemy and literally decapitate him. His blood goes
Holy shit.
spewing everywhere, and his blood tainting the holy hall forces a morale check on the nearby acolytes.
Yeah, I like to think that guy come through the door after like trying to fight, and he like immediately walks through the door, looks right, sees his buddy. His buddy's wide-eyed, and he looks left about the time that I separate his head from his body, and the axe actually plants into the wall, and his head rests on the axe head, and I just go, and then go back.
Yeah. Complete route of the western flank here. The enemy, they're all fucking running.
They're like, that some bitch is back from the dead, and he's got a big hell yeah axe. Fuck this.
Oh yeah, they're all frightened. Your forces push on, and there is a brutal throng. Despite the priest's best efforts, he does take some damage. Although with his flaming mace, he wounds several people, and it looks like he goes up against the berserker in a fateful. And the berserker, death's door. And top of the round that. Yeah, okay. Yarla, it's your turn.
Okay, so before we do my turn, I'd like to point out you did give me my sea wolf talent, but my human ambition talent we did not actually distribute when I made my character 5 seconds ago. Parentheses 3 hours ago.
What is human ambition? I've never played this game as a player.
I don't know, but I'm using the character generator
you gain
provided
one,
by.
You gain 1 additional talent roll at first level. Yeah, okay. So roll.
Yeah,
roll
basically.
Roll on the sea wolf table.
Yeah, if you don't mind me just
2d6.
doing 2d6 real quick.
Yeah, by all means, go in with your full. Okay, that's a 7. +2 to strength or constitution, or +1 to attacks.
Is it +2 to strength or constitution, or and?
Plus, your choice is gain a +2 to one of those stats, or +1 to all your attack rolls.
You're gonna get a +2 to strength if that's okay with you, Hair GM.
All right, and so jump your strength, and then do what you're gonna do.
All right.
Stronger
So
as your ambition rises.
You know how I've been trying to drown this lady this entire game? Well, guess what I'm gonna try and do?
Mission.
Exactly what I do. I want to try and suplex her into the fucking surf. Okay?
Give me a strength check.
That's what I want to try and do.
Give me a contested strength.
Please roll bad. Please. I beg you.
Please. I want this. Oh my god.
Yo.
She leaps at you with her glowing great blade, swinging.
I'm sorry.
You dodge out of the way. You grab her shoulder, and you send her energy fully launching into the water and pounce, keeping her head in the water as you commence the drowning procedure. I think that's where we're going to leave off for the night, as we're 19 minutes over. But thank you all for coming.
Holy shit.
And this is truly a font of endless surprises, this game of Shadowdark. The whole party could have died so many times over at this point. It is not funny, except it is hilarious. And
it really is.
I can't wait to see how it all goes down.
Yeah,
Hail
we end
Odin
on a
and Freya,
two-parter.
baby.
I just love how early in the game we were like, "Oh yeah, we're just getting the bad rolls out early," and it became the fucking truth. Like late game, we were just like, "Ah, let's pull out the good dice now."
We are going to raid some people playing a tabletop game. We're going to go raid the Nerdy Playbook. Thank you all for coming around. Be sure to say hi to them as well. And it's been a pleasure playing with you all. Look forward to more stuff. Also, there's Change Stars content dropping tomorrow. Get ready for it. Get ready for other stuff in the future. Woo.
Get hyped.
Yes. Hype, 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 hype. I'm saying hype up a whole bunch. Stream delay will get them. And raid now.